Okay, so to become a consistent and a very good golfer, quite simply, you need to get your arms connected to your body. And if you do that, you'll reduce things like arm rotation, sequencing issues, and basically, as you'll see from this video and the feedback I get all the time from students, is it will feel like you're using your wrists very little, and it will actually feel like you're using your arms very little as well. Now, what we are looking to achieve is a backswing position where we are going to do two things. We are quite simply trying to get the sensation that your arms are going to be moving to the side of your body as the club head travels back in a straight line. That's going to be the feeling that we're looking for. So as I take this club back initially, if I move my hands to the side of my body whilst getting the feeling of the club head travelling back in a straight line, you can see the way that gets me into this kind of pretty typical nowadays textbook takeaway position. What we don't tend to see as much now from pros is this type of motion, and the reason for this is because if my lead arm gets more disconnected from my body, this basically means I'm going to be opening the club face more. If I can get my lead arm closer to me, I'm reducing this type of movement, which is key. Now, as I then continue this on, the feeling that you guys are going to have is the feeling that your right hand needs to stay very much on top of your left, and it will feel like the club shaft is very vertical. Now, the reason why I keep saying feel is because what will happen in the golf swing is, and you can practice this at home, if you let your left arm, right, for us right-handed golfers, if you let your left arm move up across your shoulder line, what you'll notice is that your lead arm will start to rotate very naturally. So it will start to pronate very naturally. If I take away all this rotation and I sort of allow my arm to be relatively straight, it's very difficult to lift this arm close enough. So the point that I'm making, and this is what I see with a lot of students, is you want to feel like you are keeping this lead arm glued to your chest, and you want to feel as though as you continue to the top of the backswing, you want to get a sense that your right hand is staying very much on top of the club. You want to feel like your lead arm is very close to you, and you're going to get a sense that the club shaft is more vertical. The point that I'm making is, in reality, you're going to end up looking more in a similar position to what I'm now demonstrating. It's not literally going to be quite so vertical, but it's a key move. One of my favourite drills to give you guys the correct sensation for this is using an alignment stick. And you can either hold it underneath the club shaft or do something like so. And this is a drill I suggest to all of my students all the time. What you're looking to achieve is, as I take this club back, I want to keep it in contact with my lead hip to about hip high. And then from here, what I'm going to do is, as I continue to swing back, you can now see the way I keep my lead arm nice and close. Okay, my hands are nicely close to the side of my body, and the club shaft is pointing pretty much down towards that target line, like so. And I promise you, if I then continue to rotate, look at me now, and I promise you, if you can get these arms connected to your body in this backswing position, you'll find the swing so easy, because ultimately the less you can move your wrists, right? So not this excessive wrist cocking, excessive arm rotation, the less you can move those wrists, it's just almost going to feel like a very long sort of putting stroke. You're going to find that basically you're doing very minimal right arm movement. And if you end up doing very minimal right arm movement, it's really easy from here just to straighten that arm and drop it down the plane line, which basically means hit it from the inside. So the thing that surprises most is how short the swing will feel because of the connection. The thing that surprises people, how little they actually have to use their wrists. But the thing that also surprises them is how much better the quality of the contact and also the direction ends up becoming. Try the drill. I'll catch up with you guys again really soon.